Come find out what this survey's all about. The dirty South. What do you know about? The dirty South. What's it about? The dirty South. What's it about? What's it about? Not the dirty South. Ooh, the dirty South.
Oh man, I forgot about that last song, that country western rap. You know, I ought to do a little compilation at some point of all the musical randomness, lest they get swept into the cracks. I am tearing through these at a breathtaking pace. But to put it in perspective, we're about we're less than 1% through this survey of the South. Less than 1%. My God, this undertaking is going to be massive. As if I don't already have a million massive undertakings. It looks like you guys are stuck with me for life. I really need to do something about this whole job thing, you know? I'd love to make one of these every 2 days or so. I mean, I'd love to make one every 5 minutes. It's just, physically impossible. Considering Jimmy and Billy, first of all, they don't exist. Second of all, they're no help. They don't help me edit. They don't help me record. They don't help me film. They don't help me read. They don't help me gather research. They don't help me with the tech. They don't help me with anything. Which is why the arrangement that we have, I can berate them. I can verbally abuse them, and it's okay. It's ethically sound. Now, speaking of sound, there must be some sound reasoning behind this home, the James Dawson home, being constructed in this manner. Like, what is that? Asking for a friend. Is this a front door down here? And if so, why? Why do it this way? I just don't understand. Hey, what have we here? Hey, you little peepers. Mind your own business, children. Shouldn't you be at school? Actually, ditch school. Yeah, you should ditch school as much as freaking possible. Live your life, kids. It's certainly, you ain't gonna miss any education. If it's anything like mine, I learned nothing. There's a few good teachers, but just a few. This summer, a few good teachers. And look at the cornice on this bad boy. That is quite the treat to what is otherwise a home we are told very little about. Womp, 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 womp. Billy Dawson. Building structure 1840. There's a kitchen in the basement. That's what the notes say. And it's somewhere near Spring Hill. That's pretty much it. We're still in Alabama, plodding along, making our way, seeing what we can see. These Dawsons seem to have the corner on this neighborhood market. And what have we here? Only the bravest of explorers go down those trails. Look at the double phoenixes. Hey guys, you seem totally brand new and American. Who was your sculptor? Is he around? I have a business proposal for him. They're looking at each other like, I don't know, is he around? I don't know, dude. You tell me. I don't know. It's like those astronauts when they're asked if they saw stars from space, and they're like looking at each other like, yeah, we saw stars, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, probably not. Ugh. We'll have to strike that from the record, fake Billy. No barking, please. That guy. Don't get me wrong. He's terrifying. If you come around here, he'll rip your dick right off. And I won't even try to stop him. It's what you get coming around here. Anyway, this is, I guess, the gate leading up to the William Dawson home. I mean, that's what it says here, I think. Or does it? Let me see this thing. What is it? William Dawson, the marker for this house. That's weird. It's called the Francis Benjamin Johnston Estate. No, that's who owns the picture. Some guy named Francie, Benny, Johnny. Well, hell. Yep, that's it. That's what we're given. And so we'll truck along down the secret garden trail, La 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 la. Bye, guys. Hey guys. Wait, why are there? That's weird. Well, in any case, I thought we were leaving, but I guess we're going back in. Here's the inside, I think. Cool. Wow. What is that? I understand it's a fireplace furnace thing, but God, how gorgeous. Fancy stuff, Alabama. What is that symbolism? A star and a crescent, eh? You don't say. And what have we here? Look at the symbolism on this cast iron. Wrought iron, I mean. Look at that. What? Out of wrought iron? Wow. It's like an electric circuit here. / electronic instrument / look at the tower. This is all symbolism. Look at this. You have your little electric diode here. All of it. How strange is that? And who's making these sort of symbols in this early American times? Just into their front gate. Just on a passing whim. I don't know what we're doing here, but it seems to me like these are like symbols. As far as a way of communicating actually what this fence is all about. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna go here, categories. Like these, from West Africa. Symbol representing a small number of simple concepts, telling patterns about the wares. It could be read. And, maybe not, look at look right here. Here's your moon and star. And I didn't even know that was there. I really didn't. I've been to this website before, but I didn't know. And isn't that what these look like? Some of these? So could it be these fences are just relics of a way of, maybe the gates were ways of saying what was to be found inside, or what was the purpose or function of the gate, or, for example, this one. But then again, it doesn't have to be necessarily Dinker. It could be alchemy. It could be, there's millions of symbols. Just look at them all. I'm not trying to copy it, but I'm trying to look at it. Maybe they're Lemurian. Oh, okay. Guess that one doesn't exist anymore. I'm sure there's a lot of overlap with these symbols, which is kind of annoying when one is trying to determine what things are. The same symbols are found everywhere in many cases, so really kind of a lot of inconclusive dead ends here when you go down this.
Fuck you, Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
Fuck you. Here when you go down this rabbit hole, because so many things mean so many. It's been so convoluted, by Jove. But still, it can't be ruled out that, while we may not know what the actual symbols mean, symbols they are nonetheless. Case closed. I'm going on break. This is the Forsyth house, as in he who forceth his way in receiveth bite from dog. That was terrible. The alternate title is The Four Sisters, which, if there's 4 brothers out there, there's a Brady Bunch waiting to be made. Or it can be like Charlie Bucket's family and all sleep in the same bed as grannies and grandpas. This place, we're told nothing about. That's right, nothing. So, enjoy the look. Enjoy the scene. I guess what can be seen is there appears to be maybe a downstairs basement. And you can form your own conclusions from that. This is the J.P. Gaillard house. This is the Gerard Double house, all the way across the sky. Hopefully we get to that 1% mark soon. You're gonna get real tired of the sound of my voice. This one was built allegedly in 1828 by someone named C.W. Rapier. Rapier? I hardly know here. Dwelling shows French New Orleans influence. There's a carriage arcade and a cast iron balcony. Strange array of chimneys. That part I added. This is the Glidden house, and we're still in Mobile, Alabama, making our way through these here neighborhoods. This here is an 1828 construction date. Any day for sale, Yankee. So you keep on moving. I'm sorry, this was built in 1840. The second floor frame was added later. The first floor was masonry, as you can kind of clearly tell, which we've speculated on a million times is happening. It's nice to receive confirmation on the speculation. I told you, me in the past. Gloated. Me in the future. Me in the future. Rated PG. This summer. Glidden house, you say. Here we find ourselves at the Government Street Presbyterian Church. That's right, Government Street Presbyterian Church said that. 1837. Mr. Thomas James was the architect and the builder. 2 columns in the front, we're told. 2 columns in the front we see. Masonry construction. What a building. Doesn't look like a church, though, does it? It could easily be Carnegie Free Library, the temple, the courthouse, the bank. It's all the same. The university, the mausoleum, the post office. You see what I'm saying? They're all the same. They try to pretend like there's some sort of difference between them, but you and I, by now, know better. We are becoming veterans of this. We have looked at thousands of pictures. Thousands. Good golly waffles, look at that cast iron work. Wow. Boy, howdy. That is just some fine-looking work. Who'd have thought a man could fall in love with a trim like that? I didn't know I had it in me. What is that, trim-sexual? Add it to the list, Jimmy. It's infinite. Remember, we're told it's infinite. Infinite sexes. It's quite liberating, actually. This is the Miss Margaret Gonzalez house. Built in 1953. No. Doesn't say, actually. Later period, it says. Later period ironwork. Okay, that's all it says. Later period ironwork. Well, when your period's later, ladies, don't freak out. You could be just like this here wrought iron trim building. What also has a later period. I should be booed off stage for that one. Ugh. This one's called House. That's it. House. Hey, where's the person that, you know, some people just that you never met just deserve a slap. Look at this place. House. That's it. Just house. I mean, look at these columns. Look at the basement. There's so much to be talked about here. So much to be explored here. Look at these. This is just a breathtaking array of trim to be just called house. You know? That ought to be a law against such things. Somebody, somewhere, there's a victim. This is the Jackson and Conti Street house. This survey, you know, like I said, there's no information here, really. Not that I'm saying I couldn't chase down this property, maybe, and find some information about it. I'm just saying there ain't any on this survey. And since we are true and loyal to the survey, that's all we get. We just have to suffer. Look at that gorgeous rail work. But since we're loyal to this...
Survey boy, oh my little survey boy, I'll be true to you.
Look at that one. Whoa. How intricate and fantastic is that? Whoa. I am blown away at the amount of effort that it would go into to create something like this for just, just the outside porch. I do wonder if it's electric in some way. I just can't help but wonder if it carries a current. What would be the purpose of such fine ironwork except just to show off, especially when your neighbor's got these crappy little awnings. Look at the Wilson's house. My God, what nerds. This one, also creatively called House, we are told literally nothing about except for that word, house. And it's on State Street in Mobile, Alabama. This here is the Jonathan Kirkbride house. And I can't tell if these people are wealthy or not. I mean, I can't. But the homes are gorgeous, but the furnishings are very rural and very humble. So I don't know how one gets a house like this without lots of money, unless, they were pretty cheap, as in abandoned initially and just kicked down. I mean, look at that. Look at that old bad boy. The old brick exposure, hey? And this one is also somehow the Jonathan Kirkbride house. So I don't know if the back is just jacked up or what. This is the Laron Hill or Laron Hill house. Laron Hill house, I guess. No known information based on this here pertinent paper documentation. This is the LeLoup house, and look at what's lurking in the background there. Wowzers. Are you trying to tell me... Wait. Look at this car. What is this? Is car parked underneath that tower? What's going on there? They're trying to say that's like a fire truck or fire department house? That's ridiculous. What is going on here in Alabama? What is this place? Mobile, Alabama? I wonder if it still looks like this. God damn! Look at that. Wrought ironwork. That might be the most incredible gate I've ever seen in my life. What is going on here? Are they just straight showing off or what? To get that made today, I don't even want to know how much it would cost. I mean, I do want to know. But then I want to say, oh, hell no, because it's probably thousands. That is amazing. I'm just going to wait here all day for someone to walk by so I can say, is this yours? Tell me all about it. But it's not real life, like I'm not really there. So maybe if one of you guys is around there, boots on the ground there, find out for me, will ya? Wow, unbelievable. It's called the Maury Gate at the Carter House. If you need information, my boots on the ground fellow who's... Can I just find out all you can for me, probably? All right, hold my breath. Look at the floating plants, the haunted Maybrick house. Ooh. That was in the notes. I didn't embellish any of that. Here's the Maybrick McGill Institute. And Just shocking. These pictures are taken in the 50s, so you can already tell the difference between these pictures and some of the ones in the survey. Even though we haven't done Alabama, you can tell the timeline, the date on some of these. I'll bet you by the time we get there, these places look completely different than the majorities are not on the Historic American Building Survey. That's my guess. Look at those columns. What amazement. The McMillan House, no big deal. Just gonna mess around with a little checker floor here and just say your finest wrought iron work you ever seen. You're tooting life. Look at that. Like the gate chalices or urns, whatever they are, and just incredible. Here I thought Louisiana was the home of the wrought iron kings, but no, Alabama said, hold my beer. Hell, hold my whole keg. Just one after another. My mind is blown here. I didn't even know you could do this kind of stuff with wrought iron. I mean, I hope that this stuff is still around, because I can't imagine tearing this out. I mean, I understand that stylistically it's a little dated, but things come back around. And honestly, the level of the craftsmanship, I could never tear this out. Maybe repurpose it, I guess, but why would you? I mean, you got a better idea for a gate or a balcony? What balcony could improve on that? The twisted columns, the whole thing is just absolutely amazing. I mean, it outclasses this exterior fence, which is added on later, obviously, by comical leaps and bounds. Right, Rake? Just hanging up there? Yeah, Rake knows. Like Rake Grimes from Walking Dead. Carl, it ain't like it used to be, Carl. Bishop Portier House, 1835. Built by Bishop Portier, who was bishop from 1825 to 1859. Bishop of the chessboard. Rated R. Lots of movies coming out this summer, according to this video. Not that anyone goes to the movies anymore. I mean, I sure don't. The movie theater that only plays really old movies? That's cool. Anything new there? No, thank you. I won't be supporting that industry. Not now, not ever. Look at that Reingard double house. Feast your eyes on this 1829 rebuilder. Wait, rebuilder? So 1820 it was built, and then it was rebuilt by Charles Reingard in 1829. 20 years prior to this photo it was built, huh? Well, I'll let my skepticism just be implied. Just sort of hang. Look at that, Mrs. Shawhan house. Sean? Mrs. Sledge's house. That's a cool name. Even cooler wrought iron work. Just look at that. My God, it's like somebody walk around from door to door. Hi, I just happened to notice you guys don't really have a gate out front. I do wrought iron work. Do you mind if I pictures and pictures? I have some ideas for you. And just walk home door to door and go, put in work, design everybody's fence. I mean, how could they all be so good looking? And why didn't he come to this neighborhood? They missed out, dude. The Southern Market, we're told, built in 1857 by Simmons James. Now, the City of Mobile took it over 9 years later for use as the city hall. Give me your market. It's now our hall. Your property is now mine by way of my actions, said the city. Staples House this is. 1852 was the construction date given, which is about how many bleeps I've given in my life, which the government can't tell me how to live. Catch an earful of my words. Dr. and Mrs. Edward Sledge House, also called the Georgia Cottage. Sledge, he's wealthy from the looks of things. Look at those trees. Oh, gorgeous. Alabama is just like a perfect hybrid of Florida and Georgia had a baby. And it got the most handsomest of both parts. Really, they're just amazing. Waring Texas House, we're told, even though it's not in Texas, in Alabama. And that is some sort of creepy shrine. I don't know why that is in this survey, but well, not with that attitude you don't. I'm pretty sure that got snuck in there from somewhere else because it's not even the same kind of a... Oh, I guess it's not. So I guess this is the St. Augustine Parish records. A photograph of old record books. I mean, it almost looks like a Disney prop. Candles that have been unlit. These manuscripts that look horribly sketched on and killed on or something. This one's written in reappearing ink. I mean, that's where you got this info from? Oh, look, it's a fake cannon, which means, this must be a fort. Am I doing it right? These are the city gates at St. Augustine. This is the oldest schoolhouse in St. Augustine. We are officially out of Alabama and down in Florida. Cool old house. And that's a schoolhouse? That's pretty rad. This here's St. George Street in what must be one of the earliest pictures known to man. And here it is, St. George's Street, completely modernized as far as the 30s go. Didn't realize we were doing timeline stuff here. Although I don't think it's the same view. You got some age on her. Yep, she does. This is the Arribas house, also known as the Rodriguez Avero Sanchez house. Built in 1763. Old Watkins house, built in 1803. All these dates are given without any verification or reference, I should add. They're just given. The old curiosity shop here, built sometime between 1803 and 1811. And that store is apparently giving away curiosity for free, because now I have tons of it regarding its existence. These jokes are getting worse by the day. You try to do it, dude. You try to do it here. We got no AC. We got problems around this motherfucker. Old Spanish Inn. We got betrayal over here. This is the old Spanish Inn with the old world sconce. Right there. And, this survey, it feels incomplete. I really enjoy looking at the pictures, but it's almost like casual snacking, I like to really get into the meat of the narratives, and I'm just not seeing it here, other than this window full of strange hollow blocks, piled ceiling high for no apparent reason, but it doesn't have to be apparent to exist. It could be just like the horizon. The old Spanish treasury. Not that I'm familiar with it, it's just that's what it says. Here's where they like to frolic. Here's that treehouse that Jimmy Bean fell out of that night he snuck Pollyanna out to the town fair. Look at the size of the corner seat. Those are some monsters. Aw, dude, that was my favorite door. You guys got rid of it? It's the only reason I ever come here. Whack, dude. Progress sucks. Don't get me wrong, the pictures I think are... I'm looking at them in real time, same time as with you all. I haven't pre-screened these at all, because what's the point? There's no information about them. This is the Trinity Church at St. George and King Street, St. Augustine, St. Johns County, Florida. Lots of saints there, unlike real life, probably. And this is the Lindsay House, also called the Hooray Teener House. Hooray Teener! And that's a weird gorilla shadow on the wall from a gorilla who haunts this place, for reasons unknown. Rated R. This is the Bigelow House. The McMillan House, the St. Johnson's Convent. Wait, oh my god, I fall behind. There we go, there's the convent. Up, up, up. Just look at that beauty. Just you look at her. This is the Prince Murat House. No telling why it's called that. No telling anything at all. Other than that all these pictures came from the 50s. At least that's where they were obtained. So, the actual photography could be... I see, the actual photography is from the 30s. But it was obtained and made public record in the 50s. Man, who would see this one-way street sign? I hope that's not to indicate to drivers, because, I wouldn't be looking at the side of a road instruction, you know what I'm saying? And we're still in St. Johns County, Florida. This is the Graham House. Casa. Yeah, Graham House, that's right. Not that anyone cares, because, there's nothing to be said about it. I don't think. Anyways, let me look at that, actually. Maybe there is something to be said. Do any of these have data? It appears that nobody knows. This here is the Webb Memorial. Memorializing Spud Webb, the NBA player of late 80s, early 90s. Was 5'7". Won the dunk contest one year. That's probably what that's for. I have to guess because no one knows. So you might as well honor Spud Webb. This is the memorial for the oldest house. We are told this house. This is probably the oldest wall, even though, because it's part of the oldest house property, so it would only make sense. This is the King's Bakery, the Worth House, the Sanchez House, the Taco Bell. I'm just kidding. That's the cathedral in St. Augustine. We are told nothing about these properties. Nothing. And maybe that is the difference here. Look at that. Wow. I also was looking at this middle building. I didn't even notice this on the side. Right behind it with that spire. That's incredible. And with the lack of any even attempt at information gathering on this survey, and the fact that the pictures are so limited, like just one shot of the outside, maybe a couple, was the actual sort of recon mission where we're going to document all the buildings that we need to explain or demolish. And that's why there's no attempt at narrative at all. And later on, you get the Historic American Building surveys of the properties, and then the National Register of Historic Places, and that's where you get the attempt to explain away the ones that you've culled. And this one, that would explain why this one's so massive, but limited in information, Again, I'm just speculating, trying to figure out the minds and the machinations of a system that is systematically lied to us from the advent of its existence, or at least until the takeover in the 1800s or so. And these are just the wild postulations of just one man. Whoa! Look at that bad mamma jamba. Just gonna go from a shed and then broken down retaining wall to this? What is going on here? Yeah, we're gonna have a hard time explaining this one, both. This is that Ponce de Leon Hotel. Oh yes, I've read about this place. The story is very dubious, and we will get into this one day when we're there. But this is an unexplainable old world, very strange mystery surrounding this. But since we're sticking with the script of this survey, we'll just go with the information they give us, which is courtyard, fountain, and tower. Okay, guys, take your pictures. Tour's moving on. Well, look at the outside of this. I mean, this is just a breathtaking building. The detail in this fountain alone is just worth making weird noises about. Look at those sconces. God, oh my lordy. Look at these friggin' lion heads. The detail. This is just, what an incredible building. Holy, yeah. And this is just in Florida, huh? Unbelievable. Look at that work. That is not made, and I'm not taking it away from any American craftsman. Look at the detail in it. This is incredible. This is definitely a humbling structure. Very old world and very, very out of place. Out of time. Wow. Explain this one, please, mister. Won't you, mister? How the does this fit into your timeline of magic? Right. And we're told, actually, this isn't even that same hotel. This is the Flagler Memorial Presbyterian Church in St. Johns County in Florida. Look at it. He's got eyes. He's just screaming here. But I won't even draw in this place because I'm so wowed by it. This photographer must have just been like losing his mind. Look at that thing. Like, how did you make this and for what purpose? This is just so incredible. Such amazing design and just artistically so aesthetically pleasing. Wow. Unbelievable. There she is from a distance. Unbelievable. And then the old cemetery nearby. Spanish cemetery, we're told. Here's a cannon, just in case you guys come around here and try to, do something crazy. This is called the Fountain of Youth. I don't know where the fountain even is, and if this cannon's supposed to be guarding it, all you have to do is just, step to the one side, because it can't turn or anything, so it's a stupid placement for it. And very non-historical, no doubt. And this must be the Fountain of Youth. Empty. I might have known. Looks like it's all been drank up. Sorry, folks, found you sold out. Oh, my God. They're like, no, we were counting on it. No. Why are these above ground? What the hell's going on here? Why is this in the survey? This is disturbing. Honestly, are we in, Arnak or some... How is this just in Florida? By the Fountain of Youth. Just dozens of skeletons. What the hell is going on here? This is apparently an Indian burial ground. Yeah, except they don't look buried. This is disturbing. Why these skeletons are even up here on the surface. I'm disturbed. Officially disturbed. What the fuck is going on in Florida here? Where that's okay. Cover them some bitches up. This is the seawall of St. Augustine. The Grace Church, which is possibility, especially as you're looking at this part, and Treasury Street. And my mind is officially blown. And actually, I'm being... I actually have to cut this one short. Maybe I'll edit this out and I'll be able to add to it. But if not, and it just gets chopped up and ended hastily like this, well, for that, I'm sorry. And I'll see you soon.